So it looks like another Star Wars game could be dead in the water. I really didn't want to make this video because I've been a long time advocate and fan of this game. I am, of course, talking about Star Wars Hunters, which has had a pretty turbulent launch from the get-go. The original trailer wasn't met with much excitement, and the mobile platform and Switch platform only didn't do much for the excitement either. Now, we've had some bad news lately in terms of seasonal updates. However, it's not just the seasonal update delay that is the issue. We have some communication issues from the developers and publishers, which are also creating some chaos and just not doing well for the games community. So let's dive in and have a little look and see what's going on. Okay, so here I am in Star Wars Hunters, and I've also got Twitter up here as well, just to go over a couple of points. So like I said, the game's been out for a little while. It originally released in its soft launch around November 2021, and then its actual game release date just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. I believe there were 3 delays during its lifetime before it actually came out. It was playable in soft launch during that time. However, that was only specific regions, and you had to use VPNs and all sorts to play it if you weren't in like one of the selected countries like Brazil, for example. So it finally launched in June 2024. It seemed to do pretty well at first. There's a little bit of excitement around it, but again, there was always limitations around the platforms, mobile and Switch only. A lot of players want to play on PC or console. They don't want to be playing handheld or on sort of older hardware. Now, the biggest worry we've had for the longest time has been communication. And I've got this post here from Daily Star Wars Games over on X. And as you can see, it says Season 5 of Star Wars Hunters has been extended until mid-April. This means Season 6 has been delayed until after then. So we're in Season 5 right now. And let me just quickly end where I am here and show you what happened. So this, you would think that Daily Star Wars Game got this from an official source. They didn't. The only way we were ever able to tell that the game was delayed is because the in-game season timer just jumped up by like 3 weeks. To the day, which is the 8th of March, we still had absolutely no communication from Zynga, who are the publisher, or Boss Alien, who are responsible for the main development of the game. We've had nothing. In fact, over on Discord, we haven't had any communication from the devs whatsoever since the Season 5 release date. They put up a post and said Season 5 is out, and, all the bells and whistles about new hunters and maps and such. But since that point, we've had absolutely nothing. Given that this is a live service arena shooter game, communication is pretty key, These games are kept alive by the monetization of seasonal updates, people buying stuff from the store. And right now, there is just no faith or sort of no goodwill for anybody doing that, because they can't even be bothered to send us a tweet or a message in Discord to tell us about the season delay. Like I say, nothing so far. If I go to the Arena Pass, as you can see, I've still got a little bit left here. Usually I would have smashed through this. I've just got no desire to be jumping in and playing a game or, putting my time into a game that I've got zero confidence is going to be here in, 12 months' time. It's been pretty turbulent and pretty rough from the get-go. But we just need some communication from the devs, man. I mean, can you imagine the uproar if Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or Call of Duty had an additional 50% added onto the back of a season, and there was just no communication at all? The delays are fine. We get it. We get delays. It's natural. It comes with gaming. And in live service games, I get it. There's a crunch of content to keep churning out characters, skins, maps, tuning. I get that. There's a lot of stuff there, and it's way above my knowledge or, skill set to really comprehend. But communication isn't difficult. I just don't understand why you wouldn't be speaking to your player base. I have tried to use my somewhat limited voice in this community. That's not me trying to be a brag thing. I'm a very small fish in a wider pond, but I am one of the largest content creators who are dedicated to this game. Yeah, there are some bigger people that have been, Arnold, for example, who's, got involved and had a go, but they put it aside. I've been playing this game consistently for a while. I don't want to say I'm known in the community, but I stream a little bit. It's a tiny community. It's pretty like closely knit. I put out several super polite messages, just saying, guys, we get it's hard. In fact, we probably don't get some of the issues you've got because it's far more complex than we could ever understand. But please, 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 just give us some direction. Let us know what's going on, because right now this game could, servers could be turned off tomorrow. We wouldn't see it coming. It's been absolutely abysmal, and I'm not trying to shoot like a dig at anyone in particular. This is not a shot at any, especially Boss Alien, because if I'm being honest, it's probably a Zynga issue. They're probably being told, Boss Alien, this is by Zynga, these are your communication guidelines, blah, 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 blah. But whoever is in charge of, someone's got to be saying, don't communicate, There's just no way this is just naturally not happening, because it's not normal behavior to not communicate with a live service player base. You know what I mean? So there must be an intentional reason that they're not communicating with us. On top of all of this, we had the reason this stings so much is because we previously had the same issue with the PC release. The game was we had a PC test in early December, and it was great, fantastic. I played it. It was streams on my channel. I loved it. We then had a similar playtest planned for, I think it was like mid-January. I'm forgetting the exact date. It's around mid-January. However, less than 24 hours before that PC test was meant to take place, it was not just delayed, it was scrapped. As in, I think it was like 18, 19 hours before it should have been live. I had it installed on my PC, ready to go. We actually did get some communication this time, but less than 24 hours before, completely scrapped. It's just completely unacceptable. I mean, hey, it's not the end of the world, but I booked the day off work so I could live stream it for my audience. Again, I basically have been dedicated to streaming Hunters for the last couple of years. The PT test is coming out, wider exposure. I wanted to share that with my audience. Now, 24 hours, sub 24 hours, it's done. On top of that, the PC release of the game, they have just completely delayed. And I mean, we don't have a release date in sight. Knowing this game, it will only come out with a new season. They won't do it midway through a season. It doesn't make sense. But now we just don't know when it's happening at all. And not only that, it was a Steam early access release, meaning you release it in early access so you can make tweaks. And some of the stuff that they cited for the reason for the delay was like a POV slider and stuff. You're releasing the game in early access to begin with. This is why you do early access. I can't understand the thought process behind this. Early access literally is so you can add bits as you go along. You tell us from the get-go, this isn't a final product. Things can change, things can be added, things can be removed. But then you just completely delay it. And that's all we've got. There has to be something deeper to this. And since then, we've had no word on PC release. Like I say, the season's been extended. Therefore, PC release isn't coming any sooner than that, 37 days and 23 hours. But there's been absolutely no word. Given this is Star Wars, one of the biggest IPs on the planet, this is the only currently supported multiplayer sort of shooter game that they have. Battlefront isn't getting any more updates. You would think this would be treated with some care and respect, and it's not. I'm going to be completely frank, but this game has been treated like shit. Absolute shit. And I'm losing my patience. Again, I'm not directing this at the devs. So devs, if you're watching, please don't think, screw Parallel. That guy's an ass. Honestly, dude, I sympathize with you guys, and you've been great. You have made a fantastic game. The game is awesome. I absolutely love it. Your characters are great. Your skins are great. It plays great. Abilities are great. Your maps are fucking fantastic. The one we can see here, the Coruscant map, is amazing. I absolutely love it. You guys have made a great product, and it's just being tarnished. It's been absolutely destroyed, and people are dropping off. I've been part of some of the long-time sort of community discourse for a while, and long-time players just aren't coming back. I haven't played properly, and when I say properly, I mean I sit down and properly sesh it for a long time. At least we're pushing a month, if not longer at this point. I've done the odd game here or there just to try and see what's going on and slowly progress through challenges, but I'm beginning to lose my patience with that, and I'm becoming not bothered. And that's when games die, when people just can't be bothered to log back in because they know it's not worth their time. Look at X Defiant. Released, big uproar, and it just couldn't capture people. It just wasn't ready. It was delayed to begin with. It was delayed. That's the issue of this game. It was already on the back foot upon its release. The platforms weren't satisfying people. It had been delayed in like I say, 3 or 4 times. There was already a negative sentiment towards the game. You look at some of the trailers. I remember there was like an Unreal Engine showcase for this game, and it was like 75% dislikes, and all the comments were just, give us Battlefront 3, give us Battlefront 3. Oh, this is what we got instead. And because oh my God, like I say, the sentiment was just so bad, and all you need to do is communicate with us. reassure us that, yeah, look, we are working on stuff. There's, unfortunately, the game's been delayed for X, Y, and Z. Making games is hard. Please, both. It's standard fare, guys. Like, when games get delayed, we've all seen it. We've all seen it on Twitter. The little post of a paragraph, bam, the dreaded paragraph on Twitter to tell you the game's been delayed. But we would rather have delays than this. Honestly, I would rather have delays than what's happening now. I mean, sorry, delays are fine, is what I'm trying to say. But no communication with delays is not fine. Man, I really hope this can get stuff together because, like I say, this game, I love it. Absolutely awesome. Look at this roster of characters, man. It's some of the most unique stuff we've seen in Star Wars. A Kubaz Hunter. Give me that. When do we ever see Kubaz in Star Wars? Fantastic. A Force-sensitive orphan who's masquerading as a Sith. Fantastic. A Jedi droid, or a droid who thinks he's a Jedi. 2 Jawas stacked on top of each other in like a trench coat. Dude, this is all fantastic. It looks great. It plays great. You're really using the Star Wars IP and doing something special with it. You really, really are. But it's just being trashed. And if I come out of the game here real quick, jump over to, this is the Star Wars Hunters website. Under the news section down here, we've had no news. So this is their website. This is the news section. As you can see, the latest update was about the newest map on the 3rd of February. There's nothing about the PC delay in here. In fact, look, you can see PC announcement. And there's not an actual article about the delay. Because the only place they told us about that was on Discord as well. There's no tweet about it. And when they do tweet, it seems to be AI is getting tweets wrong. There was an instance where it responded to a tweet about Vader's castle, because one of the maps is called Vader's Castle. But it literally found a tweet when somebody was talking about Vader's castle from the movies and responded to it. So we can't even get a real person sat on Twitter to give us like actual responses. And like I say, the latest news article is over a month ago. There's nothing on here about a seasonal delay. Dude, as I said, imagine Rivals. Player base would hit the roof. Hit the roof. And you've got firm competition. Rivals is great. It's available on basically everything other than mobile. Just come on. Just don't squander this. We've been, begging tooth and nail for a good multiplayer Star Wars game since Battlefront 2 stopped getting support. It's here. It's good. It's in fact, it's great. But it's gonna die. And I don't like saying that. I love this game. I want to keep streaming this game. I'm moving my own channel content. I'm expanding outwards into wider stars because I can, should say, but I don't want to continue focusing solely on Star Wars Hunters when I've got no confidence that it's going to be here in 12, 24 months. I spent a lot of money playing this game because I want to. I have whaled, boys. Like, legit whaled this game for skins because I want to support this game. I love this game, but it's going nowhere. Anyway, look, I'm ranting at this point. I think I've said everything that needs to be said, but this is a cry and a beg for help. We can't let this game just keep going like this. It's just not going to work. We still don't know when PC release is coming, if it's coming with Season 6 or not. I would hope and pray that it is, and if it does, I'll play the living heck out of it. It was fantastic on PC. But anyway, look, please, just communicate. Just communicate. You've got a dedicated, small-knit community that are giving you their time of day to play this game and support it. Engage on Discord. But you've got to respect it back. Anyway, that's just one for this. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this turns around. The ship gets steered in the correct direction, but I'm just not confident at this time, guys. I'm really not. I don't like making this kind of video, but let me know what you think, guys. Do you think Hunters can redeem itself? Will the PC release do the job? Will we see it on console? How are you feeling about the game? Just, sound off in the comments below. And if you've not played Hunters, maybe give it a go. Maybe if the player base goes up, it might kick him in the backside and get us moving. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Catch you next time.